All right, I'm in Woodstock, Alabama. I I came home to Tuscaloosa to visit family because three of my mom's brothers all gathered and came to my parents' house to see my mom. Um, and she and her brothers have not all been together in one place in a really long time. You know, the last time all of the family got together was, yeah, for a grandmother's funeral. So, yeah. So anyway, so since I was in Tuscaloosa, there's a Sabel Steel in Woodstock, Alabama, and I need to get some materials in. Apparently, Sabel Steel is way cheaper here in Woodstock than what I can get metal for down in Pensacola. And plus, Sabel has the 5x10 sheeting. In Pensacola, they don't keep it in 5x10. They have to order it in or something like that. Well, there's also a Sabel Steel in Montgomery, which is a lot closer to Pensacola. So when it gets to where I'm going to be running and going and getting steel on a regular basis, then I'll come to Montgomery and get my steel. Because some of the stuff that I needed today, they said they didn't have it. They needed to get it from Montgomery. But they have a truck that comes from Montgomery every Tuesday and every Thursday. So I didn't have to, wait on it. I just wait a day and then I come up here and get it. So that's what I'm here to do now. So anyway, I'm here at Sabel Steel. So let me get this stuff loaded up. And I got a few projects that I'm going to be doing. So I'll get back to you. All right, I'm back in the shop. So y'all went with me the other day to Woodstock, Alabama to get this material, this metal and stuff. And then my dad and I loaded this other trailer on this trailer because there's enough metal to do the floor in both these trailers. So I'm back at the shop and I'm getting ready to unload these two trailers so I can start putting new floors in them. So that's what we're gonna do here. So let me set this up and we'll see what we can do. All right, some additional things. Amazon delivered today, so this is something we ordered to put on the green trailer. So you see it's got a side marker light, a tail light, turn signal, brake light, and a license plate bracket. So what my plans are is you see the original tail lights are way down here against the ground, and you see they're all bent up and beat up. So I'm gonna cut those off, and I'm gonna do something where these are mounted right here somewhere. So something like this. The brake light is way higher, easier for following vehicles to see it. Now there is a law that any cargo that hangs off of a vehicle more than 48 inches behind the tail light has to have a flag on it. Well, that's why they put these tail lights all the way at the back. So a simple remedy: the brake light and the turn signal, there's no length limit behind a brake light or a turn signal. But just a tail light, a light that just shines when the at night. So I'll just put, all I have to do is put a couple tail lights in this back bumper, in this back panel, and that will make anything that hangs off the back of the truck, off the back of the trailer, perfectly legal without having to have a flag or a light. It has to have a flag in the daytime. It has to have a light, a beacon, at night. If it sticks off more than 48 inches behind the rearmost tail light. Well, if I put tail lights in that back end, just get rid of these altogether, because they keep getting banged up and stuff. So up here will be brake light, turn light, side marker light, and license plate will be here somehow. The box for the other side just doesn't have the tail light bracket. It's basically the same box, it just doesn't have the license plate bracket. So tail light bracket, license plate bracket. So it would go there just without the license plate bracket. And I could probably mount that up and put the license plate up, or over there and put the license plate down. Either way. So that's where the brake lights and the turn signals and the side marker lights will be. And this little round side marker light right here, the little round one, I can actually just cut a hole and put another round side marker light in the side right there, and just do away with that altogether, because that's just stupid. And then the lights I put back here, even though all it's legally got to have is a tail light, these are made to be tail light, turn signal, brake light. I'll just get another pair of these lights. It's just a light pushed into a grommet, and the grommet's just pushed into a hole. So I could just cut that hole right there, plasma cutter, and then put some brake light, tail lights back there. They'll work as brake lights, they'll work as tail lights, and they'll work as turn signals. I don't know if I wire them up turn signals, because they're so close together it may be confusing. But yeah, these will go up there on the fenders, and it'll look way better. And it'll be high enough that any following traffic can easily see it, but it won't be high enough that it blocks the brake light of the vehicle. So the brake light of the vehicle would be up here, the tow vehicle. So it'll be low enough that it won't obstruct the view of the tow vehicle's brake light. So, and you see that trailer, see where the lights are? The lights are up there on the fender, which is not bad. I think what I'll do is I'll relocate them up higher. They need to be up higher. As long as it's lower than this, it won't get beat up. But that brake light does need to be brought up higher. Now, that trailer, there's a legal limit. That is less than 48 inches from that tail light. And since it has a folding tailgate, the chances of you hanging something off the back are slim to none. If you did have to hang something off the back, you just put a flag or a beacon on it. That trailer's not going to be running with stuff hanging off the back of it. This one, if I put the tail lights up there on the fender, it will be illegal. So I will have to put something back here. I'm just getting rid of those, because you see how beat up that is. The other one's the same way. Yeah, see, it's just beat up. The lens is broke. Yeah, they're way too close to the ground. I'm gonna get rid of those. So anyway, these came today. So that is part of the trailer project. But this big piece of 4x4 steel tubing, it's 24 feet long. What I'm gonna do with it is, you see I got a 6-inch vise, I got this drill press, and I got 8-inch bench grinder and a 6-inch bench grinder. What I'm gonna do, and I've got this line coming out of the ceiling, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a, not necessarily a table, just a 4-legged pedestal mount, which can mount the 4 items, the 2 bench grinders on opposite corners, and then the drill press and the vise, and then I can anchor that thing to the floor. And that way I can really, because you know what pisses me off more than anything is when I got something in a vise and I'm really wrenching and pulling on it and it's bolted to the table, but the whole table moves. So I hate a vise that moves around. You know, you want your vise anchored to the floor. So instead of building just a single pedestal, I'm gonna build a 4-legged pedestal that the legs kind of go in away from you, so you're not hitting it with your knees, and then it has an arm that comes back out, and on the top of the arm will be a platform for the drill press or the vise or one of those 2 bench grinders, but it'll have 4 of those legs, so whatever. And I went to a firewood place here in town the other day, and he sold me that block of wood for $10. So I got this vise, and I set it on that block of wood. So that, you know, not vise, what I say, vise, anvil. So I've got that anvil. So that's what's going on. So that's what the big piece of 4-inch square tubing is for. And there's a couple pieces of angle there, and there's some flat bar and some round tubing, and that's a piece of EMT. That is we're gonna put all the electrical on that green trailer in EMT. I don't like it being exposed. This other trailer's not really an issue, because this trailer's not going to be going, you know, off-road. That one you're hauling around a John Deere tractor on it. You may be backing into places that can, you know, more rough terrain places. So anyway, that's a couple projects going. So I got the compressor all, I pipe doped all the joints. I got it all done. I got me a little gauge put on there. I set my, you know, how to fold up where it's usable. I haven't put my desiccant in yet. I laid those bars in there to see if the weight of those would fix the pan, but still, it's not. I'm gonna have to do something with that pan. That can't be like that. And what little bit of water in it, the water, you only fill the water to the level of the top edge of this metal. So what little water is in there is not going to be heavy enough to flatten that out. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to flatten that out. Maybe after I bolt the pan all together, turn it over, lay it face down on the floor and jump up and down on it. I don't know. It's just, it aggravates me how you know, the quality. So if you look, I don't know if you can see it here, you see they folded the metal. It's just folded, and then they welded it in the end. But then after they welded it, they ground a lot of it down. So by grinding on it, they changed the shape of it. They changed the angle of it. And I think that's what, yeah, and this one's the same way. So they folded it, and I guess they folded it too far, welded it, and then ground it, or I don't know, but technically they need to be cut right there, let them relax, and then re-weld it. That may be the best way to do it. Just cut it right there, let it lay flat, and then re-weld it. Leave it bolted. I don't know, but then welding may melt my damn windshield adhesive that I put in there. Anyway, just aggravating mess. So, all right. Well, I don't know if that's going to be a video, but thanks for watching. Bye.